Hey everybody, it's your girl Angie. Welcome back to Kiss My Cheeks TV. And guess what? Guess what? I told you so. I told you so. That's what I'm titling this episode because it was all about the exposure of Snakegate. And I told you all from like week 3 or 4 that there was no Snakegate. This was all a scheme by Nene to set us up for the bullshit. I have so many opinions about tonight's episode. Like, I have been waiting. This was what, episode 11, 12? What episode was it? I don't, side note. You know, I went to the eye doctor. I had got me a good thing of contacts. And I'm trying the daily contacts now because since I wear makeup gets in my contacts and I end up not getting my value of the 2-week bi-weekly contacts. So I want to try dailies, but the doctor only gave me 2 dailies. So after 2 days of throwing them away, now I'm back to my glasses and I gotta wait for my order to come in so I can't see again. And I tried my glasses with this ring light and it's a fool. It's a fool. But guess what? I told you so. I told you it wasn't no Snakegate. I don't want this to be an hour-long video, so it's so much to talk about. I broke it down into 5 categories of the episode. I'm not going to talk about every little segment of the episode because some of it, even though to me the whole episode was good, I'm still going to leave out the filler. So, let's jump into this. You already know. It's your girl. Subscribe. Let's get into this. First, the proposal. Dennis, it picks up where it left off last week. Dennis re-proposes to Portia. He done jumped down on both knees. Somebody got on Twitter and said how he get up. That was funny to me only because as a big girl myself, when I'm in boot camp and I got to get down and do them push-ups or them burpees, the hardest part is getting your ass back up. I ain't got no problem getting down there jumping, but whoo, you got to get back up off them knees. But anyway, Portia accepts. And I said, when Yovana said, y'all some foo-foo bitches, I said, yeah, yes, y'all are. I was candy. I was in the background going like, yes. If that's what y'all want to do, congratulations. Yes. But them fools, Nene, you don't even like Portia. You and Portia beefing. Nene in the background, cheerleading, crying. I said, Nene, you were acting fool. Kenya tearing up. Eva crying, got her tissues out. I'm like, Eva, you get a pass because you pregnant. But no, ma'am. No, ma'am. We all are like, Portia, if this is what you want to do for your family, if you like it, I love it. But we ain't shed no tears on this bullshit. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. I was candy. Like, if this is what you want to do, congratulations. It was too soon, Portia. It was too soon, but you allowed to do what you want to do with your life, and I hope he makes you happy. I hope this foolishness that's in the blogs right now about Dennis out at 4 a.m. with these 4 women, I don't believe it's nothing, but where there's smoke, there's always a little bit of fire, and I don't think this is going to be your last one around with Mr. Dennis. But that was the first thing. Now, when they get on the bus, they get back on the bus. That was the second hot topic. They get back on the bus. Some more foo-foo, as Yovana likes to say, came out. Because if you were so happy for your girl Portia and her re-engagement, she got her huge rock back, why y'all bringing up the blogs? Why y'all asking this woman, is her man sleeping with animals really true or not true? Y'all know that shit wasn't true. Marlo, why you talking about you almost thought you couldn't bring your puppies around Dennis? A fool. Y'all were fake. Y'all were phony. Y'all all up on the top of the tower of the building crying, talking about, oh, this is such great black love. Look at Dennis taking responsibility. But now you can't bring your puppies around him. Make up your minds. Y'all were fake. None of y'all are real friends. I've already said y'all were co-workers. But that's besides the point. Now we back on this bus. On this bus, sets up the rest of the night. Because I said either one or two things from the way they were acting. They were all drunk or tipsy except for Eva, of course, because she pregnant, and Candy because Candy don't drink. All the rest of them were either drunk or they was ready to get their coins. And by I say get their coins, I mean they were ready to act their asses off for the Bravo cameras to earn their checks. Kenya started making fun of Tanya, which was unnecessary. We already played the make fun of you game and mock you, whatever they call it. We already played that before we went to the rooftop party. It's too much after. It's too much after. What else happened on this bus? I guess not too much happened on the bus, but the bus is where it sets it up for me, where they either are drunk and getting ready to show their ass, or they know it's lights, camera, action. It's time to earn these Bravo coins. So let's get into it. They all meet up at Marlo room. They want to get to the bottom of Snake Gate. So everyone's in Marlo room, minus Tanya, because she off with her man. She about to get her some. I ain't mad at you, Tanya. Minus Nene and Giovanna at this moment, because them fools think it's a pajama party and they in their room putting their pajamas on. Everybody else in Marlo's room plotting, talking about, we think Giovanna is the snake. When she gets here, let's make it seem like we already know she the snake and we gonna get it out of her. Plan don't go well, because here go Portia. Giovanna, we know you the snake. Giovanna looking like, what? And Marlo is like, that's a lie. We don't know she the snake. And I'm just like, ugh. So finally, Cynthia just breaks down and asks Giovanna, did you record me? Like, what's up? Let's get to the bottom of this foolishness. Did you record me? Giovanna says, no, that's not in my character, and pause. So I'm like, well, what is your character? Is being a lapdog your character? Is being Nene's mouthpiece your character? Is being look like a total wart attached to Nene's ass the whole season your character? Because you have not told us not one single thing about yourself the entire time you've been on this show. The only word you know how to say is, well, Nene meant this and Nene said that. Like, what are you on the show for? What is your character? You haven't showed us anything about yourself. But let's move on past that. So Nene come in the room, her titties out. Just out. She got on a silk robe. This is not a pajama party. Pasties are on her nipples, so at least they ain't have to blur the screen. But her titties are all out, and she ain't in no rush or like, oh, excuse me. And she want them out. And I'm like, Nene, you look a fool. You look a mess. No, ma'am. And that's when I said, okay, Nene is either drunk or she lights, camera, action. It's on. It's about to be a scene. So from there, let me see. Okay, they break down Snake Gate. Nene now says, because they didn't ask Nene, can you please, Cynthia's like, Nene, can you please tell me who recorded me? Like, fuck all this bullshit. Angie, stop cursing. But this was a good episode, and it made me mad at the same time. But it also made me see that I have a good eye, and I was right all along. But we'll get to that. Now, Nene says, I never said there was a recording. There was an audio. And now we got to break down. And she also said, and I also told Candy plenty of times it wasn't no recording. And Candy looking like, bitch, no, you didn't. You ain't said that. You said somebody recorded Cynthia. And so now we got to talk about the difference between recording and audio. Recording is when somebody's setting you up and they hit record. Audio is when you butt down someone, or when someone just happens to be on the phone and we hear your conversation in the background. That's audio. Marlo brings up, it's also audio when we heard Cynthia last season say, we got to pretend like we didn't know Kenya was coming, that famous audio where they wrote the words out the bottom of the screen last season, which really started the whole Nene and Cynthia beef. And so Cynthia was like, did you hear me say that? Bitch, did you hear me? And now Cynthia is pissed. Cynthia is over it. She can already see they playing games. and she ready to go. First, she got to curse Marlo ass out. She cursed Marlo out real good. I was proud of you, Cynthia, because Marlo is one of the people that just like to talk loud. I think Marlo will fight, but she ain't gonna fight you. She want to be on the show too much. And so now, what was funny, at the end of that whole cursing out, Marlo reached back to at least the 90s, because I know I heard this back in the 90s. She done called Cynthia a bald-head scallywag. I hollered at the TV. I said, Marlo, not a bald-headed scallywag. Where did that come from? That's an old read. Anyway, now I already said they explained the difference between that. Cynthia cursed Marlo out. I was here for her cursing Marlo out. Marlo needed to be cussed out. Now Nene is gonna throw Giovanna under the bus. So after that, Cynthia cussed Marlo out. She stormed out the room. She over it. Now Nene has a scene. She's like, okay, Cynthia can't leave because I ain't earned all my coins. I only earned about 5,000 with that little scene. I need Cynthia to come back because I need to earn 5,000 more. So she out there begging, pleading like, Cynthia, you need to hear this. Don't you want to hear the truth? And the whole time they asking her, Nene, just tell me. Just tell me why I got to come back in the room to hear it. Why you just can't tell me? And now Nene in her confessional talking about she ain't no snitch. And she talking about Cynthia ain't warned me last season, so why should I tell her about the snake this season? Because it ain't one. It ain't nothing to tell because it ain't no snake. But we gonna get to that. Now, while they out in the hallway begging and pleading for Cynthia to come back, in the room, they on Giovanna's ass. Now, if I'm going out of order, it was too much confusion, and I'm at least hitting the key points. Now, in the room, Portia and Giovanna going at it. Portia done accused Giovanna of being a snake. And she said, you done came in here, recorded this girl, or whatever you did, started this confusion, because see, Nene done said Giovanna did it. And you done ruined the 10-year friendship, coming between the 10-year friendship. And I'm like, wait a minute, Portia. Their friendship was already ruined. Nene ruined that last season all by herself, being jealous of Kenya coming to the whatever, the wine party, whatever Cynthia was celebrating. I said, Nene ruined that 10-year friendship all on her own. Giovanna ain't had nothing to do with ruining it. She might have helped Nene lie this season, but she ain't ruined it. So now, Giovanna is pissed because I believe, let me give a little bit of background. I believe what happened was that scene, like I said in my last review, when Giovanna said that she had receipts about Cynthia talking crap about Nene. Nene then concocted in her mind, this is my storyline for the season. Giovanna recorded Cynthia. And I believe Giovanna went along with the lie, like, because they had to have known it wasn't no recording. Because one, somebody said it earlier, if there was any proof of a recording, Bravo would have played it by now. They would have been played it. They would have played it, that scene when Nene said there was a recording. They would have showed us the receipts. But I believe Marlo and Giovanna knew Nene was lying this whole time. That's why they could never say, and they gave all these vague answers. And they just don't want to go through the motions. And I believe now Giovanna is pissed. Giovanna is pissed because now she knows Nene was going to make up this lie for her storyline. But Giovanna sees that Nene has now thrown her under the bus. And she going to make Giovanna look like this is all her fault. And Giovanna don't know how to get out of it without throwing Nene under the bus. Because Giovanna feels like Nene is her key to the show, kind of like how Marlo feels like Nene is her key to the show. So they don't want to throw Nene out there for being a liar, but she doesn't know how to wiggle her way out of this lie that Nene has come up with. So all she can do now is lash out at Portia. So now Portia is like, bitch, you the snake. And Giovanna, this is the second time I hollered. Giovanna was like, bitch, no ma'am, your man is the snake. And the way Giovanna said it, I had to pause my TV. I really did pause my TV and rewind it to hear her say it again, because she was like, bitch, your man is the snake. And the way, that's one of them cuts where it cuts so hard, because the shit is true. The shit is true. The way Giovanna meant it, she didn't mean it like your man is a snake with the audio. She meant it like, bitch, you in here fighting for Cynthia, worrying about some bullshit that really don't have nothing to do with you. Your man is over there fucking all these bitches while you was pregnant. He the snake in your life. So you go worry about that snake over there and worry about what the hell Dennis doing, because Giovanna ain't have nowhere else to go in this snake gate. And that shit hurt Portia, because in a way, that shit on some level is true. Dennis is a snake, girl. I don't trust his ass, but he ain't my man. He ain't my man, so I ain't gonna dwell on Dennis. But I felt in that moment, that was one of them reads, one of them cuts where you have now crossed the line, and it's fighting words. And Portia gets up, and I believe if Portia had not been warned so many times in the past, you can't fight no more, girl, this Bravo check is gone, she would have whooped Giovanna's ass. But Portia got up, and what made me mad was now Eva want to jump in the middle. Eva want to jump in the middle and break up the fight. You don't know Giovanna. You don't know her for real, because remember, you don't remember her from Clark ACU. You don't know how ghetto she is. And I remember Giovanna from Bridezilla. She was on, that's where I remember her from, that episode of Bridezilla. And she fought all up and down her sisters, her bridesmaids, everybody in that episode. But maybe you don't remember watching that, and you know Portia gets down. So what your pregnant ass doing getting in the middle? She talking about, oh, since I'm pregnant, I know they gonna think, and they ain't gonna swing on each other because I'm pregnant. No, ma'am. Let me tell you one thing. When people are pissed and all they see is red and all they have is anger and they want to get at somebody, they don't see your 8-month pregnant ass. They don't see you there. When somebody wants to get at somebody, they not thinking about you or who is in the middle. They going after them, and then you and your baby are now, you putting your baby in harm's way. Yes, you would hope they're thinking, oh, Eva's pregnant, they gonna stop fighting. No, ma'am. If Portia was really wanting to get at Giovanna, your ass would have got hurt. And Eva, don't do that no more. I know you ain't pregnant no more, but even when you ain't pregnant, if you ain't about it and ready to take some blows, trying to break up a fight, don't get in the middle of it. Because when people see red, they ain't looking at you who trying to help them out and break up the fight. They trying to whoop ass. Don't do that no more, Eva. So now, Giovanna is out. Pretty much Giovanna is out. I already went over that. I said that was the read of the episode. To me, and I'm sorry. I'm sorry if that's cruel, or I don't care what people say about me thinking that was the read of the episode. Giovanna read Portia with the truth. Because Dennis, I mean, he just cheated 2 months ago. Pilar ain't but 2-3 months old at the time. His ass was just cheating. But anyway, let's move on. I already got through the Portia and I said Eva done stood her pregnant ass in the middle. So now I guess after all that's going down, now Cynthia is back in the room. Nene done told no, Giovanna done went out. I don't know what happened in between there. But let's get to the next key fight, because a whole bunch of confusion went on. It, like they said, it was a whole bunch of arguments happening at one time. The next big confusion is Nene wants Cynthia to stay in the room and listen to what she has to say about Snakegate. Why, I don't know, but I think Nene just wants Cynthia and her to have as much camera time as possible, because this is her storyline. And Kenya ain't here for it. At this moment, Kenya is being a friend to Cynthia because she sees that Cynthia ain't about all this confrontation and confusion. Cynthia just want to go to her room. Cynthia is over it. And Kenya is like, Nene, you had the floor they probably were in there hours. Like, Nene, you had the floor all this time and you still ain't said who the snake is, nothing about Snakegate. She's like, no, leave Cynthia alone. We about to go. And Nene says, you stay the fuck out of this, bitch. And Kenya was like, you shut the fuck up, bitch. And that was the real Kenya. That was the Kenya that hates Nene. When she said, you stay the fuck out of this, bitch. Sorry for cursing, but that's what she said. And she put that finger in Nene's face. Kenya was getting ready to whoop Nene's ass. Like, Kenya was getting ready to whoop Nene. I saw it in Kenya's. Kenya had switched. She was done protecting Cynthia because at this moment, once Kenya went like this in Nene's face, now mind you, Nene did put her finger in Kenya's face first. Nene, you was wrong. You started it. But once Kenya went like that, Cynthia did that twirl and she was out. She was like, I ain't not today, no ma'am. Cynthia was gone. And everybody had to come in and break this up because I honestly believed that Kenya was getting ready to whoop Nene's ass. All of that hatred, frustration, and the way Nene had her face screwed up, like all that in the background with security and Portia had her hemmed up. That made me believe everything Candy and Portia said about Closet Gate last season. I believe it all. I believe the way Nene was getting ready to go after Kenya. I believe she went after pregnant ass Portia and Belt, and I believe she went after Candy and said all that nasty stuff about them, kicked them out. I believe everything about it. I believed it last season anyway, but now I really believe it because I don't know. I think this is just Angie's opinion. I think Nene sees the writing on the wall. I think Nene this season is seeing that she doesn't have to be present for this to go on. Now, pin that. Let's wrap this up in a bow because that's pretty much that fight. They broke it up, whatever. Pin that. There is no Snakegate. There is no audio. I think Giovanna was on live today talking about, and I turned the live off because she was really talking a whole bunch of bullshit. But there is no audio. She never told Nene there was no audio. She still didn't throw Nene under the bus, but she did confirm there is no recording. And I said that weeks ago. Just look at my past reviews. I said it wasn't no recording weeks ago. So, in my mind, like I said before, this was Nene's storyline, was Snakegate. This was supposed to carry Nene throughout the season, but the bullshit fizzled in the middle because episode 11 is the middle of the season. So I think Nene sees the writing on the wall. Like, people really not fooling with her. She doesn't know how to work her way back into the circle. They really don't need her for the drama, but I believe they do. They gotta have somebody going like this. Not physically fighting, but they need somebody having beef, verbal beef, for there to be some drama. Everybody can't be kumbaya. But I think also, now let's think about it, y'all. Get in the comments, let me know if I'm wrong. Snakegate has really been everybody's storyline. Like, nobody has really been, don't nobody care about Kenya and Mark not getting along? Not really. I'm tired of seeing everybody with their babies at some baby event. I don't want to see Cynthia get married. Just show me the pictures on IG, and I don't have to see We already seen Cynthia get married. That was you. We already seen it, Cynthia. Show me them wedding pictures on Instagram. And I ain't gotta see Portia get married. You already had a baby special. No ma'am. Like, nobody has anything we really want to see. Like, what have you been doing, Candy? Nothing. We love you, but you ain't got no real storyline. You ain't talked about that surrogate baby in a long time. And I was here for learning about the surrogacy. And forget Kenya. Cynthia, you've been thirsty for Mike since last season. You got engaged. Congratulations, girl. But what has been your storyline? Hell, Marlo done had more of a storyline than half of y'all chicks on the show. So without Snakegate, half of y'all wouldn't have had nothing to talk about. So thank Nene for that. I know I'm a mess, y'all. But I think Nene kind of see people not fooling with her, and at this lie, yeah, it helped everybody's storyline, especially hers. But where's she gonna go from here? Because let's get on to the next day. The next day, she done went and talked to Tanya, and everybody done spilled the tea to Tanya. But now she gotta go home. They done been sent Yvonne home with her bags, and I was like, they iced you out, girl. You're not coming back next season. So whatever coins and whatever little bit of clout you can get from being on this season of the Housewives, go ahead and get that. Go ahead and do what you got to do and get that, girl. Because I don't see anybody wanting to film with you next season. So I hope it was worth it. You would have done better trying to befriend some of the other girls to get onto the show and left Nene alone. But it is what it is. Let's move on. So it's the next day. They at Carnival. Ain't nothing really happened. All I said is sometime in these next 10 years, hopefully way sooner than later, I'm going to the Carnival. I'm going. I want me some feathers. I'm going to put on my damn swimsuit. I don't give a damn. I'm going to put me some fishnets on, too, with my gym shoes. I'm going to the Carnival. I'm on twerk and juke and wine. Everything they did looked like the time. I had never seen nothing like that. I've only seen it on TV. And this was my first time seeing a close-up of it on TV. And I got to go. I got to go before my knees get bad, before my feet start hurting too bad. I gotta go. Hopefully sooner than later. But that's all that scene taught me is I'm going to the Carnival one day. Now, after the Carnival, because that's all they really did that day was go to the Carnival. Do they call it Carnival or Carnival? I don't know. Y'all forgive me if I say it wrong. Anyway, now they having a messy breakfast, and this is at the end of the show. Now, Marlo feel bad for calling Cynthia the bald-headed scallywag. So she apologized. Cynthia accepted, but she ain't apologized. She said, bitch, you deserve to be cussed out, so I ain't taking nothing back. I shouldn't have called you out your name, but you deserve to be cussed out, so you got to take that cussing out. Marlo accepted at the moment because her girl Nene ain't there. She can't afford to be falling out with nobody because her friends ain't really there. Her true friends. But Nene ain't nobody's true friend. But forget all that. Now we get into the scene of we got to ask the table, how do you feel? What you want to know, if one of us knew one of y'all men was out there cheating, we done had the woman who said she was cheating with your man come up and chirp in our ear, would you want us to relay that message to you? Everybody go around the table was like, yeah, I want to know. Now, Portia looked like she was peer pressured into saying she want to know because Portia really don't want to know that bullshit. Whatever Dennis doing, let him cheat in peace because she just got her ring back. She let Dennis cheat in peace, y'all. Leave him alone. And the whole time, this whole scene, it ain't got nothing to do with Portia. But every time they panned the camera to Portia looked like it's about to be some shit. What the fuck they about to say about Dennis? I just got my ring back. I don't want to know this. I want to get my ring. I want to have my family. Like, the whole time, that's how Portia looked like. Who the fuck can you talking about? She better not say shit about Dennis. She gonna... Shut up, Angie. Shut up, Angie. I'm happy for you, girl. Like they said, if you like it, I love it. But now everybody want to know. So now everyone's like, but we want to know, but we need a little bit of proof. And so everyone like, yeah, we need proof. Especially Portia was like, yeah, if you know something about Dennis, you got to show me some text, some video. I got to see him sticking his dick in the woman for me. Angie, forgive me, y'all. Forgive me, y'all. She ain't said all that. But anyway, so now we got to talk about, well, he really wasn't cheating, but we just heard a story of him flirting with somebody and getting a number. And Candy told the truth. She was like, it sounded like he had the intent to cheat and he probably just didn't follow up, but he planned on cheating. I'm like, yeah, he did plan on it. And Tanya was like, well, that ain't cheating. Now, true enough, Tanya, that ain't cheating. That's not cheating, but it was disrespectful. And if he had the opportunity, he would have been cheating. Now, mind you, they talking about, now Cynthia's like, why the fuck is Kenya bringing this up? Because the cookie lady at that cookie shop done told us, and the way she came up to them, like, hey, y'all know Tanya's husband, Paul? Yeah, he was all up over me, and he was asking for my number and asking, can he buy me a drink? And the whole time they showed her talking, I said, this bitch lying. She just want to be on TV. She lying. Did the production tell her to come up with this lie so Tanya can have something to talk about? Like, I don't know. It didn't seem truthful to me. And even if Paul was flirting with the lady, buying her drinks, asked for her number, because it don't even seem like she gave him her number. Even if he did all that, that ain't cheating. He might have been drunk. I don't know. I'm giving him a pass because I've been to cuss my husband out if he did something like that. But anyway it go, Cynthia mad because she was like, I know what Kenya's talking about. And it kind of seemed like they said we weren't going to talk about this. But you know, production done told Kenya, it's time for you to earn your coins, Kenya. Get out there and talk about Tanya Man. You ain't going to be over here crying about Mark making coins, just crying about his ass. Get out there and stir some shit up with Tanya. That's what Kenya had to earn her coins in this scene. And now Candy in the background talking about, yeah, Cynthia and Kenya did tell me about this, but it kind of seemed like everyone said they weren't going to say nothing. Like, don't nobody want to be messy. And so now everybody is like, well, Kenya, why are you talking about this? And now Kenya like, well, I ain't saying who it is. I ain't saying nothing else. And we like, well, bitch, why you bring it up? I hate when people do that. And I probably do that to people too. I don't be meaning to. But I hate when people be like, girl, I got to tell you something. And so and so and so. And I'm like, well, who? And you're like, I can't tell you who. And I'm like, well, bitch, what you bring it up for? If you can't tell me all the tea, I don't want no half a cup of tea, or you giving me some unsweet tea and don't put the sugar in it. I don't want to drink that. And everybody is like, misery loves company. She just wants Tanya to be upset because her marker in a bad place. And I honestly don't think that. I think that I really truly believe, and this ain't even no joke, production told Kenya to bring up this conversation to get the storyline. We got to get something else going because Snakegate is over. Now, what else you chicks gonna talk about for the next 9 episodes? Snakegate is over. Production told Kenya, because they know Kenya is the messy one, and Kenya is getting paid too much money to sit up here and cry about her husband not being in love with her. We don't want to hear that no more. So yes, bring us the mess, Kenya. And I ain't mad at it. We need another storyline, and this is what Kenya known for doing. Now, what else happened? Because I think it's over. Yeah, that's over. And I said, Kenya, on the devil advocate side, Kenya, go worry about your man. Go worry about who your man in New York talking to. Because he talking to somebody. He ain't fucking you. He fucking somebody. Shut up, Angie. But I really do think it was production put her up to that. And that's the episode, y'all. It was good. I have been waiting 11 episodes to see what goes down in Toronto. And I was a little bit heartbroken. I mean, one, I got to see my theory be true. I got to see that it really was no Snakegate. But I got to see that little bit of drama between, because that finger point Kenya did, I was here. I was here for it. I was here for it. So that it was good. I ain't gonna try to water it down. It was good. And next week, because I'm assuming for Tanya to be pulling this stunt on Kenya, somebody must tell Tanya somewhere next week that Kenya was talking about your man. It probably was Candy. It was probably Candy come up to Tanya and be like, look, Kenya was talking about some girl said Paul was flirting with him, and that's what Kenya was talking about. And so now I have already been ruined, because all last night on Twitter I was like, Tanya girl, what's in this package? Because they said this was a savage move. Everybody like, you got to be a savage to come at Kenya. And I was like, you really don't. Like, you can really read Kenya if you wanted to. But I'm like, girl, what's in this bag? I'm thinking it's some pictures of Mark. I'm thinking it's something that's really going to cut. I heard it's just a charger and a wig. Try to say Kenya was wearing a wig when Marlo was joking on her, talking about, girl, look at your wig. If it's a wig that come out of that bag, Tanya, you need to try again. If it's a wig, Kenya wins. If you pull out a wig out that bag, Kenya wins. That is not a good stunt. Try again. I think they said Candy ruined it on Watch What Happens Live. I wish she wouldn't have done it, because now I ain't got nothing to be angry about next week. I'm talking too long, y'all. I'm talking too much. Okay. I appreciate y'all coming to watch this video. I love talking about the Housewives of Atlanta, and this was a good episode to talk about. It was good. And thank you for watching. This is Kiss My Cheeks TV. If you enjoy my reviews, please subscribe to my channel. I talk about plenty of reality shows. Jocelyn coming back on the 19th. I'm going to be talking about the cabaret. So get ready. And what else you gotta do? Like this video, share. If you subscribe, hit the notification so you can see when I'm talking about Jocelyn, because that's gonna be good, y'all. I can't wait. But y'all have a good night. I just heard my son come in. Him and his friends are about to watch this college championship football game, and you gotta keep your eyes on the teenagers. But they ain't gonna pretty much be doing nothing, but I got my eyes on them. Y'all have a good night. Bye.